Hello, everyone. I'm Shirley, the host of Hello MA. Welcome to Hello's Twitter space. But before we start our AMA, I need to introduce our giveaway activity during our AMA. So what we are gonna give away 30 white lists randomly to audiences. And what do you need to do is that you need to go to Gleam and check the tasks you need to achieve. So first of all, you have to be fine of our Hello Twitter, and you have to join our Discord, of course. Last, you have to fill up the form on what it needs. So after AMA, Hello Community will level up those 30 luckiest audiences to Hello List. So just keep your eyes on Hello Twitter to check if you are the lucky one and start verifying your assets to get grant for pre-mint. Well, I reckon you guys are really excited about this giveaway, right? So let's cheer it up. And it's our pleasure to invite the co-members of Three Dimension Artist Community to our AMA live broadcast today and talk about, Hero NFT and the Three Dimension Virtual Human with us. First, let me introduce Vimo Kaketa, a three-dimension artist from India, working as a facial modeler for DNAG, the renowned film studio, a digital sculptor and characters artist with over 10 years of experience working on films, video games, and toys. Okay, let's welcome Vimo Kaketa to say hello to everyone.
Hello, everyone. I'm Vimal. It's a great honor to meet you on Twitter Space. I'm looking forward to sharing with everyone.
Thank you, Vima. Now let's welcome Jonathan Baxter, French three-dimension artist who participated in the production of Disney film like The Little Mermaid, Marvel film like Thor, Love and Thunder, Marvel series Moon Knight. He has worked for Dwarf Animation, a world-renowned three-dimension animation company, and is an outstanding visual producer for films. Let's welcome Jonathan.
I think there's some issue with the audio.
Okay, maybe there is some problem on his phone, so maybe I will welcome the next artist. So he is from Jordan. He's good at character modeling, sculpting, and the three-dimension digital art. He worked for Arrow newspaper, the largest news company in Jordan, designing images and memes for Sports Forum. So he's Omar. Hi, Omar. Please come to say hello to everyone.
I think they have to request. I think they're in listener. They have to request.
Okay, right. Maybe I will jump to our last three-dimension artist. So the last one is Nikita, a Russian three-dimension artist. Worked as a three-dimension designer for Shiba Bits NFT project. Nikita released and sold his first NFT work on Foundation in May 2021. So Nikita is veritable genius. At age of 17, he has own unique insight into the field of encrypted digital and three-dimension production. Hi, Nikita. Please say hello to everyone.
Hi everyone, I'm Nikita. You can also call by my nickname Estoy. I am very interested in cyberpunk, and it's really exciting to associate cyberpunk with crypto digital, NFT, and 3D avatars. I am proud to be a part of the decentralized 3D artist community, and it's something I will always aspire to do communicate and learn from art lovers from all over the country.
Okay, I saw that's really cute name. So, Nikita, I think we all really interested in your previous experiences in three-dimension modeling and also NFT field. And you are such young to be a success in this three-dimension industry. So, can you share some your knowledge about three-dimension world?
Before NFT and even before 3D, I worked in Photoshop. I really liked to process photos as well as make them myself. And after that, I started to get interested in 3D programs. From the very beginning, I learned how to create characters and create abstract compositions, and I'm still learning to make them better and better. I like his style of work. Now I'm switching a little bit to the costumes of the future because it seems to me that when we move more into the metaverse, it will look cool. As for the 3D world and the metaverse, I can say that I really want it to evolve. In the end, it's just an incredible combination for inspiration, communication, and much more. And I also want to contribute to its development, which we are doing with you friends.
Brilliant. I noticed that you sold your first NFT last year. That's pretty cool. So, can you share this experience with us?
I found out about NFT in the 2021 year, then I didn't even realize how much it will change my life. At that time, I was just a 3D artist doing work for myself, practically didn't not take any major project. And in February 2021 year, I learned about NFT, began studying it. I immediately believed in it because I think there is a future for NFT, and it is huge. At that time, I was very often on Twitter communicating with collectors, and I was very lucky that I managed to find a buyer for my first work after on month. Then I was overwhelmed with emotion and I began to issue NFT more often. Communicate on Twitter, study cryptocurrency more.
Okay, so how did you get into NFT world? Like, you found it by chance, or someone shared the NFT experience with you?
Yes, one day I was flipping through Instagram and come across a post by a fellow artist where he said he had sold his NFT. At that moment, I was very interested in his and I connected to him live on Instagram when he talked about NFT. At that moment, I simply could not imagine that you could just do work for yourself from the heart and just put it up for sale and somehow connect it with cryptocurrency and after his broadcast on Instagram. I started following the NFT community, started subscribing to interesting artists who also talk about NFT on Twitter. That's how I found out about it. I'm very glad at that time moment I was not too lazy and learned a little more about it, and it probably changed my life forever.
Okay, thank you, Nikita. And I think now Jonathan and Oma are ready with us. So, could you guys please introduce yourself?
Hello everyone. My name is Jonathan. Thank you, Shirley, for your compliment. You have always been an excellent person.
Okay, thank you. So, how about you, Oma?
My name is Omar. Again, I'm from Jordan. I am a 3D modeling artist, and I am very happy to be with you and to be part of the centralized artist community. I believe there is many 3D artists here with us who are also crypto enthusiasts. We will be enjoyed exploring and discussing the mysterious of arts here, everyone. So I'm again happy to meet all of you, and we will truly have a nice discussion today. Thank you, and sorry for the inconvenience not to being on time because of the mistake on connection.
It's okay. I'm really happy to have you four artists here. And now, because I have noticed that Jonathan and Vimo have great experiences in film industry. So I'm wondering,
Sorry,
what is the
I've
difference
been
between?
disconnected. Do you have asked me something, Shirley?
Yeah. Chris, I noticed that Jonathan
Yeah.
and you have great experiences in film industry. So I'm wondering what is the differences between CG human and stuntman.
Oh, yeah, sure, sure. Sorry. Yeah, basically, in the VFX film industry, we have to work with scan made on real humans. It's to create a CG double. Um, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Basically, we need a CG double to create a crowd or to explode the character. Everything is impossible to do by a stuntman, you know?
So basically, we use stunt because there are so many things an actor cannot do. So that then the stuntman does that for the actor, and then what we have to do is we have to replace the stuntman's face with the actor. So that's what the difference between the CG face and the stuntman. And sometimes what happens is there are times when the stuntman cannot do the stunt himself. Then we do the whole thing CG. We change everything.
Okay, so can you guys share any examples?
Yeah, for sure. I have two examples in my mind for now. For example, in Avenger Infinity War, the characters disappear in ash during the swap. Remember, yeah, to create this special effect, we had to model a CG double of all characters, and then the FX was created from the CG double. Or another
Yeah.
example, on Moon Knight, I worked on this show. To transform Mark Spector in Moon Knight, we created the CG double of Mark Spector, Oscar Isaac, and then we made a CG model of Moon Knight. With a special effect, we have created the transformation.
Yeah, I think the same thing with me when I did work on Matrix Resurrection. Then we had to de-age, Keanu Reeves and Trinity at that time. So we had to use that. We had to use like the CG model to do that, to make her and him like younger.
Okay, yeah, I just noticed that Jonathan mentioned the word CG double. So how to do CG double?
In the VFX film industry, we are using mainly two softwares. To create a CG double, we are using Maya and ZBrush. We start with a blockout model, keeping only quad polygons and taking care of other departments, as the rig departments, as everything consistent. Then we can appraise the poly count to
Yep.
create more and more details, like human skins, for example. To finish, we have to unfold UV because we are working with a 3D model. And the unfold UV is to flat the model in order to paint on this with a software like a Substance Painter or Mari.
Yeah, before that, what we get is we get a scan models of the actor. So that's how we do all the expressions for the face. So when we have to replace the face of the stuntman, we use that.
Okay, so yeah, that's really cool. I can tell. And Vimo, so I know that you worked for DNAG, which has
Yeah.
won the Academy Awards for visual effect of the films like Harry Potter. So
Yeah.
Vimo, could you tell us what films you were part in?
So I worked on Venom, the first one, and the second one, and there was like the Fantastic Beasts, The Crimes of Grindelwald, Fast and the Furious series, Options Shaw, and Matrix Resurrection, and many more. Like we are still working on some of the new ones at the moment that I cannot tell. But yeah, it's great working on these films.
Well, I'm a big fan of the movies you mentioned. And I'm also impressed with Jonathan's working experiences in film industry. So, Jonathan, could you also share your working experiences on Marvel content? I think most of our audiences are Marvel fans.
Thank you very much. Yeah, you're right. I'm fan of Marvel. I'm fan of Marvel film too. I worked on some Marvel show. You're right. Since I was 8 years old, basically, I dreamed of working in the film industry. I worked hard every day to develop skills in this area to realize my dream. So the first time I worked on the Marvel show, it was on Thor. I didn't know what the show I would work on was. And on Monday, I received a mail with a gift of Thor. I understood I was a child, you know. Marvel, it's a lot of pressure every day. Then they can change the design many times, so we have to work again and again. The goal is to improve the film and to offer everyone the best film possible. But the requirement is absolute for a film or a series too. I've worked on Moon Knight, as I told, and it's still always challenging for the artists.
Okay, I really appreciate that you guys have really big efforts on behind of the movie so that we can enjoy really fantastic movies and the series. And hello, Oma, I think you also have something about three-dimension technology to share with us. So we are so excited about your three-dimension experiences.
Yes, indeed. Thank you. Thank you for allowing me as well. I'm proud of you, my colleagues, for the fantastic work with the 3D movies. And that's very nice. For me, myself, I am a 3D modeling and creature artist, where I created a 3D models. And to create a 3D models, it's very important to know that you need to take a very careful details and 360 view on the model that you are trying to sculpt, because then it's not just drawing like 2D. 3D, you need to take care of the three-dimensional character that you are sculpting, and you are doing your art on it. So basically, I am that artist who create features and human anatomy, for example, and you need to know a lot of knowledge, and you need to have a huge skill, and you need to pay attention for all the small details. Even if you are talking about somebody who is familiar with drawing faces, for example, or drawing hands, or drawing the anatomy, the body, uh, in 3D modeling, you need to take care of all details, from small, tiny details up to the highest and biggest details. And plus all of that, you need to have a huge experience in couple of softwares like ZBrush, like Blender, and you need to have some rendering experience with some softwares like my colleague Jonathan said. For example, for me, myself, I use Keyshot for 3D rendering, and the well-known products of Photoshop and some other software like 3ds or Maya or etc. So this is a little bit about me, myself, my experience, and this is the 3D modeler, basically.
Okay, I see. Sounds 3D modeling is really sophisticated and the high qualified work. I really appreciate that you guys can make so many works to us and offer us a visual feast. So tell me about your previous working experience on 3D industry, Oma.
Yes, indeed. For sure, that just to know for everybody that they don't know me myself, I am an artist by nature. Since I was 12 years old, I was fascinated by art. You know, in that time, the 3D model was not popular like today, but I was looking forward to learn the 3D modeling, and that was my passion. I used to draw 2D arts, but in the end, now the world is going for realistic 3D. So basically, my experience were to invest my time and my efforts toward the 3D industry. I have a couple of projects, and I work with a couple of areas. The first engagement for me as an artist, it basically wasn't 3D. It was drawing caricature, sport caricature for the biggest newspaper in Jordan. It's called the Rai newspaper, and I was happy to establish my career there. And after that, I was working in Germany with a couple of projects because I was based in Germany that time with a couple of companies, and I delivered 3D characters for a couple of projects. One of them was a Kuwaiti game company. I draw for them one character, a football character, and I provided to them that time. And I have a couple of engagement with another companies for designing and 3D modeling. I don't want to be boring with my work experience, but this is a high level of my engagements, Shirley.
Okay, I say I'm so impressed with your experiences on 3D industry, and so I'm wondering, what do you guys feel about metaverse? And do you think 3D art will be the trend on NFT market?
I think that the metaverse is the future in our life because it will allow us to visit other worlds indistinguishable from our reality, share information, and much more. It seems to me that we live in a very cool time, in which the metaverse is just beginning to develop and we can catch it with our own ears, and even influence it as to do with the Hello team at the expense of 3D art. I can say that his is definitely a trend because now a lot of films work of art are 3D. We are moving into the era of technology, metaverse, something more technological. Definitely that 2D will remain, but my opinion is that there are much more possibilities for implementation in 3D.
I can give a comment here, and I agree with you, Aistoy, if I can call you with your nickname. And by the way, the metaverse is something that you have like a double worlds now. Now you have your real world, that the world that everybody is living every day, and the metaverse is now your 3D world, or let's say it's a digital world, your digital world. So you have your own characters, you have your own personality there, and I do believe that you can imagine and you can live your imagination. So this is basically the metaverse. So the metaverse is no borders, no limits to all the colleagues and the people that would like to join the metaverse in a 3D shape. So this is my point. I'd like to share it.
Okay, so that's really deep thought about metaverse. So I noticed that Bimo also has some ideas to share with us.
Like as described on the Wish website, like Halo is a Web 3.0 native visual label. Halo unites a community of artists to incorporate with the real world through a native economic system and branding effect to achieve value. Halo's virtual humans are the character access to the metaverse. What we do is not just static pictures, but metaverse, flesh connected with the real world on the same frequency. All human beings can find their new identity in Web 3.0. As you can see, Halo's slogan is Reborn in Web 3.0, looking for another you.
Okay, I think we got little bit problem on Jonathan part. And so we're gonna jump to our next topic. So there must be some fans in space who are paying attention to Halo for the first time. So please give us a brief introduction to Halo. So Vima, Omar, you have any ideas about you want to introduce our Halo project?
Yeah, for sure, for sure, for sure. Um, each of our 3D avatar actually, as NFT releases, is a work of art. This is what we believe, and we would like to share it with you. And we pay close attention to details, by the way, and we making 5,000 unique avatars with quality assurance, and is very labor intensive and time consuming, because we want to make sure that we are delivering the best of the best NFTs and 3D NFTs. So we choose to release them in batches, and each batch has different style. Well, but we are not going to release all of them in one time, because the first batch we release is only 1,000 unique feminine avatars. So it's going to be 1,000 unique feminine avatars with variety skins, colors, looks, and clothing and background effects. To ensure that the quality is the same as advertised after the drawing, we put a lot of people into making these 3D avatars. You can see how hard we are trying to publish for you the best of the best NFT avatars. We put a lot of people, as I said, to almost and several times of reassuring that we are doing the quality of these products, if we can call it products. But I think it is worth it for everybody. The next batch will be the virtual people. This is the good news. The entirely different teams. So we can keep looking forward to it.
Yeah, I can tell virtual humans are really popular and very realistic. And Hello mentioned the words like parallel world, rebirth, and finding another you. So can we expand on these words?
The question for me, Shelley, right?
Yeah. So like
Yes.
the words. Can we expand on those words of parallel world, rebirth, and finding another you? You just mentioned.
Seems you find the point that, so just as it means implies. So the metaverse is our parallel world. As VMAL, the voice is clear for my side, everybody, right? Because I can hear myself.
It's breaking a bit. Like
Yeah, I
Okay,
can
okay,
hear you.
okay, fantastic, fantastic. For sure, as a VMAL said as well, it's not just aesthetic images. So it's also a channel of Web3 natives. To enter the metaverse, a virtual is credential. This is related to the protocol, and I may not be able to explain in great details because this is private details. Uh, Hello, technical team is doing its best to achieve. So, Rebirth and Find Another You are virtual humans breaking through space and interacting with the real world. So basically, you can use it for virtual live interaction through social platforms, such as, for example, I'm limited to Discord, Twitter as well, and more interactive online meeting scenarios. So, for example, office applications, you can name it Zoom, Teams, Google Meeting. So the users completely manipulate these records in the Web3 era, and to achieve a controllable parallel world of ourselves, Shelley.
Okay, so that means the users manipulate them to achieve a controllable parallel world of ourselves. That sounds really cool, but how is this achieved?
Hello NFT supports people in the real world to manipulate virtual human movements, express emotions freely, and achieve very realistic area contact. Expression display and body movements has require motion capture technology and 3D modeling, real-time rendering, real-time expressions, and other technologies, speech recognition, natural language processing, and language synthesis technologies to give an intelligent presentation to the avatar. The virtual human function will be opened on Discord in the future, bringing more interesting live streaming.
Sounds so exciting. So, in the future, what other application scenarios will these virtual people have on social platform except live streaming?
Real people can do all the application scenarios you can think of that can be done by virtual people, such as media, fashion, work, life, entertainment, etc. My dear, please use your imagination. Nowadays, many natural virtual human application scenarios, such as Lil Miquela, quickly Ossipia plays in the fashion field on Instagram. She has collaborated with brands like Outdoor Voices and Supreme, advertised in blockbuster campaigns like Crazy Rich Asians, and appeared in magazines like Wonderland, New York Magazine, and Vogue. She explored with increasing enthusiasm. This is a typical virtual person in the actual world value resolution. Will be your ideas infused in the virtual person, let the virtual person life, and then create your value.
Yes, Nikita, I agree with you, and thank you for the point. Yes, fashion is very common inside the application scenario of avatars. I mean, for work, as we know, many companies have been forced to work during the COVID 19 period from home. So basically, working from home is bound to cause many inconvenience for a lot of people, such as you have to go to a Zoom meeting and it might be from home and you are in house coach, for example, and it would be a court to run into an unexpectedly
Mhm.
important, for example, if you can agree with me, John. Thank you for the comment. So if we have our unique virtual human, you can imagine, we can, for example, appear in this meeting with using with our character with the video instead
Mhm.
of yourself basically, and even replicate all your realistic movements. So it's going to be yourself by 3D, and you can move yourself and move your mouth, and you have your own expressions, your movements, and it's in real. So you can imagine the virtual person is very unique, and he or she, it is me or you guys, for example.
Actually, I like completely agree with you because you can be anything, like in virtual world, you have like option to like do whatever you want. So like nowadays, the application scenario avatars is becoming more and more widespread. However, the high production cost of avatars and the difficulty of secondary creation do not allow the public to participate. Halo solves this problem. Users can use video social platforms such as Discord, Twitter Space, like whatever, like and TikTok to like live broadcast. You can position yourself as beauty blogger, a dressing blogger, a food blogger to achieve audience interaction and optimize the viewing experience. Or use a virtual human to help you realize your account only for sharing your life and happiness. In film and in television, digital body doubles effects can help the director achieve the content and products that cannot be performed in the actual shooting. It has become an essential technical means and selling point in the special effects commercial blockbuster shooting. For the game, the more realistic the avatar game character can make, the gamers has a strong sense of immersion and playability becomes more stronger. Yeah, yeah, that's amazing, man.
Sure.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. And thank you very much for sharing with us all four artists that have their own unique and professional sides on NFT and the metaverse, especially in the three-dimension field. We look forward to seeing more excellent works from you. That's it for today's live broadcasting. You can feel the another you in the parallel world we talk about today. There will be whitelist benefits during the live broadcast. Hope you guys can be the lucky one to get whitelist. Just keep your eyes closely on your Discord and Hello Twitter. Thank you all for having time with us, and also appreciate our four artists sharing their precious knowledge and the experiences with us. Hello team will bring more surprise to you.
Everybody.
Okay, thank you guys.
Yeah.
Love you guys.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you. Bye
Hope
bye.
you
Thank
guys
you,
have a
everybody.
great
Nice.
one.